This is Penryn, a quiet and sleepy little town situated on the south coast of Cornwall. Not much really happens here. Sure, it has a couple of nice shops, a pub like every town should have, and it appears to be trying its best to get into the festive spirit this year. But things are about to get shaken up in Penryn, with more of this, and a lot more of this. So what exactly is going on? I spoke to Gareth Davis, a sports journalist, about the news aiming to put Penryn back on the map.
The Ottawa Aces have now become Cornwall RLFC, and they'll compete in the Betfred League One, which is the third tier of professional rugby league here in England. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been helping the club with all their media output. That started off with writing a press release in conjunction with the club, with stakeholders at the club. We also had to get the sign off from the Rugby Football League, or the governing body of rugby league here in England. So there was quite a few parts of that. There was also some legal bits and bobs that needed to be tied up, because this is a relocation. Although it is a brand new club, it is a relocation from Canada to Cornwall for next year. The club are going to play at Penryn, at the recreation ground, which is the oldest rugby ground in Cornwall, a fantastic place to watch rugby. And anytime I've ever covered a game there, it's quite passionate, the supporters are. But I think the key thing is that we haven't called the club Penryn, or we haven't called the club Penzance or St Austell or Bodmin or whatever. We've called it Cornwall. And history will tell us that Cornish people always support something that Cornwall as a duchy do. You only have to look at the fantastic support that the Cornwall County Rugby Union team get every time they play in the county championship. You know, they regularly sell 5,000-6,000 tickets for games at places like Redruth and Camborne, and they always take a really, really good following to Twickenham. So we're hoping that people get behind the project, because it is a Cornwall team. It's a team for Cornwall, whether you live in Penzance or whether you live in Pensilver, whether you live in Bude or Bodmin or wherever you live. We're hoping that people will support this.
I'm Barbara Hocking, and I've always been a supporter of Trelawney's Army, because they're the voice behind Cornwall rugby team. And I got invited to be the membership secretary for, keeping the supporters together in a union of membership. So we give them a quarterly newsletter updating them on any relevant Cornwall rugby team news, and we do interviews and promotions, and we also try and raise money for clubs within Cornwall for their cults upwards, to senior teams.
Eric Perez is the guy behind the move. What do you think sort of swayed him to believe that Cornwall and Penryn was the right place to relocate to and made it a desirable project?
Oh, that's in a way that's so easy, because if there's anything strong about Cornwall, it's the pride people carry of Cornwall. And for rugby union, Penryn has got one hell of a history behind it. Ray Plummer was a great rugby union player, Ken Plummer as well. The shirts they've worn with coming from young Penryn players. I think that's a really good move. And plus they've got such close affiliation with New Zealand clubs as well. So it's a good springboard, I would say. It's really good. Plus, I think it's a smart move because of the university there as well. It's a good sort of pool of opportunity, I think.